Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Tungal online classes. In the last session we have discussed how to calculate the equilibrium constant for galvanic cell K equal to anti-logarithm of E naught cell into n by 0.0591 and delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell, delta G equal to minus NF E cell. So by these formulas we have discussed a few problems, very important. In this session I am going to discuss a second kind of cells in electrochemical cells, that is electrolytic cells. So in last classes till yesterday's class we have completed galvanic cells in which chemical energy converted into electrical energy. So in this session I am going to start a new kind of cell, that is electrolytic cells. So before entering into the electrolytic cells, we will compare the galvanic and electrolytic cells. First, galvanic cell, if you observe, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. It means electricity will be generated by spontaneous redox reactions by chemicals. This is what a galvanic cell, left side and right side. So left side zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate, right side copper rod dipped in copper sulfate. A salt bridge is there which connects both half cells, and this is a galvanometer reading. When these two cells connected by wire, then current flow takes place. Okay. Zinc undergoes oxidation, already we have discussed it is. So this zinc undergoes oxidation. Oxidation means it means zinc dissolved. It means Zn converted into Zn plus 2 electrons. Copper plus 2 undergoes reduction. Reduction means copper deposited at cathode. So Cu plus 2 gains 2 electron, then gives rise to Cu. This is what already discussed. Okay. So zinc acting as anode it is, and copper rod acting as cathode it is. Zinc anode is negative charge, copper rod is a positive charge. Getting, students? These are the charges already given, explanation. And electrons flow from zinc rod to copper rod. It is electrons flow. And copper to zinc, that is current flow, already clearly mentioned. Zinc is anode it is. So this kind of flow is nothing but it is electron flow, and current flow will be in opposite direction. It is current flow direction. It is the current flow direction. Okay, students, I mentioned here clearly. So this is what we have discussed in earlier classes. So zinc lost electron, and those electrons transferred from zinc to copper, and copper to zinc will be current flow it is. When I put external circuit, it means a battery, when I put to this, obviously it has high potential and low potential. It is high means positive, low means negative. So positive terminal connected to positive, negative terminal connected to negative rod. Okay. So this is, by this battery I can apply some external voltage, it means external potential, that is 1.10. So that will be less than 1.10. The voltage produced in the galvanic cell is 1.10, already we have calculated by zinc electrode and copper electrode. Copper electrode 0.34 minus into minus zinc electrode 0.76, that is equal to 1.10 volts. EMF of the cell or E cell of a galvanic cell equal to 1.10 volts. We have discussed already. So the voltage or the current generated in the galvanic cell is 1.10 volts. By external circuit I am applying less than 1.10 volts. It means little than the production one. It means the applied electrode potential is less than that of produced electrode potential. Produced is more, that's why a galvanic cell is continuously going on as it is like a galvanic cell. It means chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. It means production of electricity more than that of applied electricity. That's why electrical energy production is more in this. Okay. Now, after this, second case, students, case number 2. The produced one is, in this the produced one is 1.10 volts. So, applied one is E external applied is equal to 1.10 volts, is equal to 1 point. It means E external, it means the applied voltage by external circuit to the galvanic cell, it is equal to 1.10 volts. The galvanic cell, E cell in galvanic cell is also equal to 1.10 volts, 1.10. The opposing external field is equal to, and the produced which one, that is electrode potential, both are same. In such case, no current flow, no cell reaction, no electrons can flow. So, no electrons flow, no current production, no current flow from anode to cathode or cathode to anode otherwise, and no cell reaction, no cell reaction. That's why I didn't mention as a cathode anode. No, nothing is possible because the produced voltage is equal to the applied voltage in opposing direction. Getting right? That's why this reading shows 0, nothing is there. That's why I put like this. And this is electron flow direction. Here no flow of electrons. That's why. Next, students. Here the E external will be greater than 1.10 volts. The E external voltage is 1.10 volts applied. The produced is only 1.10. The applied is greater than 1.10. It means more voltage I am applying. More voltage applied means the cell will work but in opposite direction. Yes. If external, if E external is greater than 1.10, the cell again starts but working in opposite direction. Opposite direction. It means copper act as, in the beginning copper act as cathode, but here act as anode, right? So, zinc in the beginning acting as anode, but here acting as a cathode, acting as a cathode. So, it is high potential plus, that's why it is taken as a plus. Battery low potential minus, it is acting as minus. So, this copper rod connected to the negative terminal, that's why it is negative. This zinc rod connected to the positive terminal of battery, that's why it is positive. So, at anode always which reaction taking place? Oxidation reaction, that will not change. At cathode which reaction taking place? Reduction. Reverse one, students. It means zinc undergoes reduction. Zinc undergoes reduction. It means Zn plus 2 gains 2 electron, then forms Zn. Next, copper undergoes, what is that, students? Copper undergoes oxidation. It means losing electron. Cu lost electron, then Cu plus 2 to 2 electrons. Cu plus 2 to 2 electrons. Reduction means zinc deposited. Oxidation means copper dissolved. Getting? reverse one will be happened. So, electron flow always from anode to cathode. This is electron flow. This is electron flow. And current direction will be opposite. This is current direction. This is okay. So, electron flow from copper to zinc. So, zinc, copper. Zinc acting as cathode, it is acting as anode. Yes, anode to cathode, that is electron flow, and opposite direction is current flow. Opposite direction is current flow. Getting, students? It means in the beginning it is acting as a galvanic cell in which chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. When I applied more voltage, it means when I am passing electricity in opposite direction more, then the cell will work in opposite direction, in which by electricity the chemical reaction will be happened. Here by chemical reaction electricity generated, but here by electricity chemical reaction will be happened. It means in this, which energy? Electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. That is called electrolytic cell. Which cell, students? Electrolytic cell. Electrochemical cells two types. One is galvanic cell, in which by chemicals electricity generated. So, here this is the description. Electrolytic cell, if you applied more opposing electrode potential, it means if you pass the electricity, then what happened? Chemicals will be generated, it means chemical energy will be generated. This is called electrolytic cell, and it is called which one? Galvanic cell. Very, very important. Now, in this session I am going to discuss about electrolytic cells. By passing electricity, what kind of chemicals will be produced at anode and cathode? To understand, I took in these two compartments, but in electrolytic cells you can take only one compartment, one solution, two rods you can dip, right? So, few points regarding this. Okay, now this is electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cells are very useful in the laboratory or chemical industries to prepare many chemicals. Best example is one cell is taken, in that copper sulfate is added, two copper rods dipped, two copper rods. So, one is impure copper rod, another one is a pure copper rod. Impure copper rod acting as anode, pure copper rod acting as a cathode. So, we will take now. So, that is in electrolytic cells, so what will be happen? So, by passing electricity, chemicals will be formed at cathode especially. It means cathode means deposition, anode means dissolution, very, very important. So, now, so there is a great importance, to electrolytic cells. There is a great importance to electrolytic cells in laboratory and in industries, chemical industries especially, to prepare many chemicals. Best example is one cell is taken, in that copper sulfate is taken as electrolyte. There are two copper rods. These two are copper rods. Okay. Now, these two are connected by a battery. Yes, it is connected by a battery. It is. One is acting as cathode, another one is acting as anode. It is anode. Okay. So, this is impure copper rod. Impure copper rod. It is pure copper rod acting as cathode. Okay. So, it is positive terminal of battery, it is negative terminal of a battery. By this battery, I can pass some electricity through these electrodes, and these electrodes were heated, and by that energy copper sulfate is dissociated, it means electrolyzed, and copper will be deposited at cathode. Deposition takes place at cathode. Deposition means reduction, right. So, one rod undergoes oxidation, another one undergoes reduction. It means, so impure copper rod undergoes oxidation, it means Cu converted into Cu plus 2 electrons. This will be happened at anode. Oxidation means dissolved. It means in copper sulfate, impure copper rod will be dissolved. Gradually the size of that anode will be decreases. Next, so Cu plus 2 ions in copper sulfate undergoes reduction. Reduction means deposited at cathode. It means Cu plus 2 ions in copper sulfate gains 2 electrons which lost by the impure rod, then gives rise to Cu. Right, students? So, it means impure rod will be dissolved gradually and pure copper rod size will be increased gradually. This rod is oxidized, this rod is reduced. This rod is dissolved, this rod is deposited, size increases. Finally, we get pure copper metal at cathode. Very, very important. It means by this electrolysis process, electrolysis means the production of chemical substances or a chemical decomposition by the electricity passes, called electrolysis. By passage of electricity through the copper sulfate solution, the impure copper rod is converted into pure copper rod at cathode. So, by this method, so we can prepare pure metals like sodium, potassium, aluminum, etc. Sodium and potassium will be extracted by fused KCl and NaCl. So, by KCl you can prepare potassium, by NaCl you can prepare which one, that is sodium. Next, aluminum can be extracted from Al2O3 in presence of cryolite. Cryolite means Na3Al(F6), which increases the conductivity of aluminum ions. Okay. Now, so by this method you can prepare, which means you can extract metals from their oxides or chlorides or fused electrolytes, whatever it is. So now to extract those metals at cathode, so how it is possible? We'll observe now. That is, Products of electrolysis. This is what our topic, students. Products of electrolysis. Electrolysis means already given definition in the earlier videos, that is our topic is products of electrolysis. Electrolysis means the decomposition or a chemical decomposition of a substance by passage of electricity is called which one? Electrolysis. Electro means electricity, olysis means breaking of a substance, chemical substance. So, when you pass electricity, at anode one substance formed, at cathode one substance formed. At anode always reduction, students, at anode always oxidation, at cathode always reduction. By these reactions in electrolytic cells, different chemicals will be formed. So, what type of chemicals will be formed? First of all, the products of electrolysis depends on nature of electrode, nature of electrolyte, and standard reduction potentials of species present in the which one, that is electrolyte solution, right. So, products of electrolysis depend on nature of electrode, nature of electrode, nature of electrolyte, nature of electrolyte, and standard reduction potentials of species, nothing but ions present in electrolyte, standard reduction potentials of species present in electrolyte. It means solution. First one, electrode. Electrodes are possible in two ways. One is inert electrodes. Second one is reactive electrodes. Inert electrodes, reactive electrodes. Inert means it will not participate in a cell reaction, whether it is oxidation or reduction. It only provides a surface for oxidation or reduction. It will not participate in cell reaction. It means electrode reaction, that may be oxidation or reduction, but provides only surface for oxidation or reduction. They themselves not involved in oxidation, but others involved in oxidation on its surface. Examples are platinum, gold, graphite, etc. Maximum these only we are taking. Second one is reactive electrodes. Yes, it will participate in cell reaction. It means oxidation or reduction. Zinc oxidized, it means involved in oxidation. Now examples, zinc, copper, silver, many more are there, etc. We can use many more. This is nature of electrode. In your syllabus they gave inert electrodes. Okay. Next one, nature of electrolyte. If you take electrolytes, there are two types of electrolytes. One is fused electrolytes, second one is aqueous electrolytes. Fused and aqueous electrolytes. Okay, students. Fused also called molten. Molten means being liquid. It means one metal I have taken, when you heat it, it becomes liquid. but no water content. Don't imagine it is a liquid, there is a presence of water. Itself melted, finally becomes a liquid, there is no water content. It means no water content. If it is there also, very less water content. It means water will not participate in a chemical reaction, cell reaction, whether it is oxidation or reduction. Next, aqueous means water content is more, water content is very high, very high. So, water involved in oxidation, otherwise reduction. If it is at anode, oxidation. If it is at cathode, water involved in reduction. Possibility is there. Students, you just observe. If electrolyte is fused, no water, only electrolyte involved in oxidation or reduction. It is inert, no electrode reaction, no water reaction. If you take fused and inert electrode, electrolyte is inert, electrolyte is fused one, rod is inert, then there is no rod reaction, there is no water reaction. Rod is reactive and electrolyte is aqueous. So, electrolyte one and water both involved in reactions, and rod also involved in reaction because it is reactive. So, we will discuss with examples, very, very important. Now, so products of electrolysis, they will ask you questions like, and before going to that, you should remember at anode always oxidation takes place. Okay? Oxidation means dissolved, nothing but. Low SRP is favorable for oxidation. Low SRP ion will be oxidized. At cathode, you have to always remember reduction takes place. Reduction always takes place, and high SRP will be high standard reduction potential species is favorable to reduce at cathode. You have to remember this first of all. We studied already SRP values, this box. They are expecting questions like, so write the products when aqueous NaCl is electrolyzed. Write the products when fused NaCl is electrolyzed. Like that they are asking. Now the first one is products of electrolysis. Example number 1 it is. Products of electrolysis of fused NaCl solution. Fused NaCl. Fused means no water content, remember, already condition given, you have to follow perfectly. Right? Now, you have to remember, they didn't mention in the textbook, by taking inert electrodes, condition it is. Inert means electrode will not participate in a oxidation or reduction, and fused means water will not participate in cell reaction, right? So, solution, it means answer for this question. As per the data given, okay, water and electrode will not participate in cell reaction, No confusion in this case, students. Fused NaCl is taken, NaCl. When you passed electricity, it means on electrolysis, okay. So, by electrolysis means by passage of electricity, there is a decomposition of NaCl into Na plus and Cl minus. Getting? That's what. At cathode, always reduction. Na plus gains electron because plus means deficiency. Na plus gain one electron, then forms sodium metal. At anode, what is that? Cl minus, because it has one extra electron, minus 1. Last one electron, then forms half Cl2 gas, oxidation. Okay. But at anode one reaction only, no competition. At cathode also only one reaction, no competition, because there is no water in competition, because it is a fused one, and electrode is inert. That's why it will not also in the competition at anode as well as cathode. That's why no confusion, very easy. Getting all of you? It means products are, so at cathode, sodium metal deposited, okay. At anode, what is the gas liberated? Chlorine gas liberated. Getting students? It is your answer. They will expect this answer, 2 marks question. So what are the products of fused NaCl when electrolyzed? Now next one is a very important one, that is products of electrolysis of aqueous NaCl. Yes, next one, products of electrolysis of aqueous NaCl. Here also condition is inert electrodes only taken. By taking inert electrodes, I didn't take reactive electrodes. It's what very important. Okay. Now observe students clearly. So here aqueous means water is available, water also participate in a cell reaction. It means there is a competition between water and NaCl. Inert electrode, there is no electrode reaction, right? Yes. As per data given, there is a competition between water and NaCl because it is aqueous, right? First NaCl 2 moles I am taking, then converted into 2 Na plus 2Cl minus. When you electrolyze it, it means by passage of electricity, then NaCl will be decomposed into Na plus and Cl minus. Okay. So water can participate in a cell reaction also, which is at anode, which is at cathode, both cases, right. At first of all, I would like to take cathode, generally. So what kind of reaction taking place? Na plus gains 2 electrons. 2 Na plus gain 2 electrons, then forms a sodium metal. Okay. For this, E naught value, standard reduction potential value will be for this minus 2.71 volts. Okay. SRP values required. At the same time, one more reaction is possible. There is a competition with the water. So water can also undergoes, which one that is reduction reaction at cathode. Yes, water 2 moles of H2O can gain 2 electrons, then gives rise to H2 plus 2OH minus. H2 plus 2OH minus. Yeah, for this, what is the E naught cell value? E naught value will be minus 0.83 volts. 0 actually water. Actually this reaction is taken from this reaction. H2O decomposed into H plus and OH minus, students. Okay na? This H plus gains 1 electron, then forms half H2. Okay. You can take a net equation. H plus cancelled. H2O plus 1 electron gives rise to OH minus plus half H2. Getting? So H2O, H plus cancel, H2O left, H2O, and 1 electron left, OH minus and half H2. That's what I took 2 H2O, then 2 electrons, then half H2 converted into 1 H2 and 1 OH converted into 2 OH. Like this also you can, no problem. So for this actually the standard reduction potential of hydrogen electrode is 0 and standard reduction potential of water, if it is reduced at cathode, will be minus 0.83. So that is minus 0.83 volts. Students, you observe clearly. This is at cathode. Cathode means high SRP required. High SRP required. Correct? High SRP. Among them, it is minus 2.71. Minus means negative value very high, negative value low. So it is 1 and it is 2. So at cathode, high SRP value required. So higher one is minus 0.83, lower one is minus 2.71. Hence, reaction 2 is possible, but not reaction 1. For reduction at cathode, high SRP value is required. Minus 0.83 is high SRP than minus 2.7, right? So that's why which reaction is favorable, students? This reaction is favorable. Second one is favorable, but first reaction is not happened, right? Next, students, at anode generally what is the reaction taking place? Oxidation taking place. Oxidation means Cl minus has one extra electron, lose electron, then oxidized. So I am writing 2 Cl minus gives rise to Cl2 plus 2 electrons. For this, E naught is equal to 1.36 volts. Okay, SRP of Cl2 it is. Now water can also undergo which one? Oxidation at anode, because aqueous one there is a water content very high, that also participate in reduction at cathode and oxidation at anode also. Yes, water H2O lose 2 electrons, then okay, if you take 2 H2O for example for our convenience, otherwise 1 H2O, then you will get okay 2 H plus half O2 plus 2 electrons. For this, E naught will be, the E naught value will be 1.23 volts. It is 1.23 volts. It is E naught value of which one? Water oxidation reaction. Here water reduced at cathode, that value will be this one. Water oxidized, the SRP value when water oxidized is plus 1.23. Plus means water, okay, it is, the value will be 1.3, right students? Okay, you just observe clearly. This value is thermodynamically determined value. Should not consider this. The exact value is, E naught value is 1.83 volts. This is experimentally determined value, experimentally. That's why for second reaction, actual value is experimentally 1.83, but thermodynamically determined is 1.23. You have to consider this value but not this value. This is taken as 1 and this is taken as 2. Very, very important. Not 1.3. Should compare 1.83 with 1.36 but not 1.23. Because experimental value only we should consider. The difference between the experimental value and the thermodynamically determined value is called over potential. One mark question, very, very important. You just observe clear. At anode, always oxidation taking place. For oxidation, low SRP required. Low SRP means which is that 1.36 or 1.83? You have to compare these two only, but not thermodynamical value. So 1.36 is lower than that of 1.83. Getting? So obviously 1.36 is favorable because low SRP, oxidation at anode favorable. Right. At anode, low SRP is required, right? Hence, so reaction 1 is possible. This reaction is possible. I am putting a box. Actually, thermodynamic determined value is 1.23. 1.23 is low than that of 1.36. Second one must be favorable actually. But you have to consider the experimentally determined value 1.83. So when compared with 1.83, 1.36 is lower. That's why that is what more favorable at anode, because low SRP only favorable at anode. Getting all of you? Yes, I put our reactions possible are. This reaction favorable, this one favorable, this is not favorable, and this one favorable. Okay, and the second reaction also not favorable. Reaction 2 also not favorable. Yes, we will write the net equation, students. That is, yes, the net equation is, okay, that is, what is that, students? 2NaCl converted into 2Na plus 2Cl minus. It is by electrolysis at cathode. So what is the favorable reaction, students? This one, 2H2O gains 2 electron, then H2 plus 2OH minus. It is favorable, it is not favorable. Then at anode, among those two reactions, first one Cl minus reaction favorable, 2Cl minus gives rise to Cl2 plus 2 electrons. Then by looking these three, 1, 2, 3, you can cancel. The identical species on both sides will be cancelled. Then 2Cl minus, left and right will be cancelled. 2 electrons and 2 electrons, left and right will be cancelled. Next, no cancellation. Then 2NaCl plus 2H2O gives rise to, 2Na plus H2 plus 2OH minus plus Cl2. Getting all of you? Yes. These two, 2Na plus and 2OH minus, connected to each other by ionic bond, then forms 2NaOH, right? At cathode, what is the gas liberated at cathode? The gas liberated is hydrogen gas. At anode, the gas, okay, anode, what is that? Cl2 gas will be liberated. Okay, and the byproduct is, what is byproduct, students? NaOH. NaOH is byproduct. Okay, this is for products of electrolysis of aqueous NaCl. The products at cathode, hydrogen gas, at anode Cl2 gas, byproduct is the NaOH. Earlier case, products of electrolysis of fused NaCl is at cathode Na and at anode Cl2. But in aqueous case, at cathode hydrogen gas, at anode Cl2 gas, lot of difference. So I am writing clearly here. So these are products of aqueous NaCl on electrolysis. These are products of fused NaCl on electrolysis. Fused NaCl on electrolysis. Understood difference, students? Very, very important. So one more example I will give you, you just observe. And you need to consider here one point. For water oxidation, thermodynamical value is 1.23, experimental value is 1.83. We need to consider always 1.83 instead of 1.23. That difference is called which one? Over potential. I am writing here a definition for over potential. Over potential. The potential difference between thermodynamically determined value and experimentally determined value called over potential. Over potential of water is 1.83 minus 1.23. That's why we are getting 0.6 volts. Need to consider always which one, students? Experimentally determined value. Okay, right.